Do you feel that the African boy child is under threat?
The times we are in, the boy child has been neglected and the girl child has been more empowered, which shouldn't be the case.
If every one of us is treated equally, kila mtu atakuwa na chance ya kujitetea, atakuwa na chance ya speak up.
We cannot be equal again. We need to understand that because the way we are created, we are not wired the same.
Do you think it's high time that we should remove those societal expectations?
In my provision, like me, I have no problem, for example, in supporting my husband, pay the bills as long as I'm working. Not paying, supporting. I'm telling you, ikienda sana ni 1 month. Ikienda sana ni 1 month.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Beraka, and today we'll be having a discussion on issues facing the African boy child. And I'm joined by two ladies who will introduce themselves before we can begin.
Thank you, David. My name is Emily Mule. I'm delighted to be in today's show. Thank you so much.
And my name is Pendo Setim. I am happy to be here.
Okay, straightforward to the topic of today. It's a statistic that the African boy child might become extinct, not now, but in the coming future. So there are many issues that the African boy child is facing. So according to you, maybe you start with Pendo. Do you feel that the African boy child is under threat?
Yeah, I think the issues that are affecting men at the time and the societal expectations that we have right now is really challenging for the boy child, and if not addressed, is going to cause many more problems for this gender.
Thank you, David. I want to concur with Pendo. The times we are in, the boy child has been neglected and the girl child has been more empowered, which shouldn't be the case. Reason being, when the girl child was not empowered, that is around the 20th century and back, the girl was oppressed, the woman was oppressed. And now when, since the Beijing conference in China around 1995, I guess, now when the girl child and the woman was empowered, the world advocated for, instead of creating equity, the girl child now was raised while the boy child was suppressed. And this has been an issue in the community even today. And I feel if the issue is not addressed urgently, then we will have a problem in future in the society.
Now come to think of it, like we're talking about the African boy child. Do you feel that there's that difference between the African boy child and the girl child? Like there's a level that we've put the girl child above the boy child. Do you feel like it's something that is there even right now in our society?
Yeah, it is there. We cannot deny it that it is there because we have enough evidence to prove that. For example, you'll find that all the scholarships, most of them, actually 90%, are directed towards girl child. You find issues like job applications, you'll find that women are encouraged to apply among maybe the disabled. So you find cut points, entry level to university, you find that the girl child's points are lowered. So there is every reason to say that the girl child has been favored over the boy child. So I concur with you. It is true.
I also agree with Emily about the fact that the girl child is being empowered more than the boy child. But we need to come to this realization that we are living in the modern society. Hiyo kufavor the girl more than the boy child applied in the past, because at that time, as Emily had said, the girl child was, we can say, was being oppressed or something. So in an effort to empower the girl child, society really overdo that, leaving the boy child in a state where they are feeling that they are not getting the same attention as the girl child. But in reality, if you look at it from the modern society, the girl and the boy should be viewed as the same, because the world is rapidly changing.
Okay, thank you for both your responses. So all you're saying is that we should bring back that equality that was there among the boy child and the girl child.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Okay, and how do we bring about that equality back? How can we bring back that equality where we can say that boys and girls are viewed as the same, even in terms of job opportunities and applications that we come to look at it in terms of gender? How do you think we can bring back the equilibrium to state that we can all say that all our issues are being tackled and being handled well?
Okay, according to me, the first step to get rid of that notion is, first of all, removing all the expectations for every gender. We stop giving boy child a lot of expectations. For example, someone can say, "You are a man. You should know how to do this. You are a man. You should be doing this." And start viewing the girl and the boy as the same. And from there, we'll treat each and everyone as a human being. Secondly, the girl child, as much as they are being empowered, wamejificha under that empowerment, so that most of them fail to stand up for themselves, because they know that society views the girl as vulnerable, watakuwa wanawatetea kila time. So if every one of us is treated equally, kila mtu atakuwa na chance ya kujitetea, atakuwa na chance ya speak up. So that way, that one is the first step that is going to get rid of that notion, and maybe from there, other discussions can follow.
I would say that we tend to misuse the word equality. This is not about equality, but it's about equity. Mm-hmm. What I mean is that when you are talking of equality, it means that everyone is given the same amount of resources, mm-hmm. but you forget to remember that we are not on the same platform. We don't begin the same. So what we should be advocating for is equity, whereby you give every person the resources they need at that particular moment, mm-hmm. to come to that level of succession. For example, if you have maybe 3 people of different heights, you cannot give them the same ladder to view the other side. So what you do, you consider their height, and then from there you frame their ladder so that everyone now can view the other side. So when we talk of equality, it's all about, we cannot be equal, men and women. Mm-hmm. Naturally, the way we are created, we cannot be equal. If you say we are equal, it means now men will start getting pregnant, they start pregnancy. Yeah, now that is equality. Yeah. They will carry pregnancy, give birth, breastfeed and all that, which we know it is not possible. So what is possible is equity, where it's about fairness, where everyone is given opportunities, or an opportunity or resources they need now to succeed. So considering that, then we need not to suppress the girl child or not the boy child, but we need now to give them the chance, each one of them, and the resources they need, so that each one of them is succeeding. It's not about competition here. It's not about gender competition. We need to understand that, because people have taken it to be like it's a competition, and that should not be the case.
Now, there's this aspect that I think it is high time we get rid of it, the aspect of maybe the traditional African views on how they view boys and how they view girls. Like, there's that notion that as a boy, very like tangu ukiwa mdogo, unakuwa brought up in a way that you're supposed to be the head, you're supposed to be the pillar, and you should not show any sign of weakness. So do you think it's high time that, as we are evolving, do you think it's high time that we should remove that notion of the traditional African society, the expected roles that you're supposed to play as a man, as a girl? Do you think it's high time that we should remove those societal expectations?
Yeah, I think it's high time. And if you look at some of the families right now, some people maybe wako wasichana peke yao ama wako wavulana peke yao in their families. Such kind of people, they do, kama kwenu ni mko wasichana peke yenu, mtafanya roles za men in that family na mtafanya roles za women, because it's rare to be told that hii ni kazi ya mwanaume, hii ni kazi ya msichana. Society has made that notion of giving people, this is your role, this is your role. But if you look at it from a neutral perspective, you will realize that you are all the same. So the aspect of society giving expectations should be in the past, because right now, if you look at most companies, we have women who have been empowered. If you look at families, there are single mothers who are raising their children as a man and as a woman. So I don't think that society should still continue giving that restriction. Yeah.
Now, my contribution regarding that, I can say that the society, especially the African society, we overdo it. Because now there are those roles that we have limited to the genders. Like a woman is expected to be the one nurturing the children, doing the home chores, while the man is expected to be out there, looking for the daily bread. But today's world has changed. The woman is out there as well. She's also struggling to make a living, just like the man. So in that aspect, I feel even the man can help in the house chores. What was restricted to a woman, even nurturing children and all that. So it can be both either way. You can help at home and all of you can also help out there while looking for the daily bread. Now, when it comes to, again, the issue of chores and that restriction of the boy child, like the boy child should be doing this while the girl is doing this. Again, I want to bring the aspect of equality, like I said before. We cannot be equal again. We need to understand that, because the way we are created, we are not wired the same. Psychology has proved that. That is why you hear psychology, research has shown that men are rational, we women are emotional. You heard men cannot multitask, ladies can multitask. So those things are true. They're true. And that is why the two genders cannot be equal. So when it comes even to the roles at home or the chores we are talking about, kuna zile ambazo if you put some expectation on the man, he will not deliver. If you put some expectation on the lady, she may not deliver. She will do, yes, she will do some bit of it, but she may not do like the other gender. Don't expect the same result from the other gender. What am I saying? For example, nurturing of children. Nurturing of children, bringing them up. Naturally, it is difficult for a man to be patient. The way men are wired, that patience of a child. Unajua kwapo na mtoto mnamuelewa vile anasumbua. A man, na ndio unaona hata you've seen on social media, a man would rather do something weird na afunge mtoto kamba pale na yeye endelee na shughuli yake. It's because they lack patience that we women have. For us, we can be there for these children. Wafanye vile wanafanya, all those things, we are patient. And then for a woman again, because it is you who has carried this baby since pregnancy, unakuta there is a bond between you and the baby and the child that is stronger than the father. I'm not saying there's no bond between the child and the father. It is there, lakini ile ya mama inakuwa strong, because for her, they have bonded since pregnancy mpaka mtoto amezaliwa, during the breastfeeding period and all along. So the bond is stronger. And so that is why the mother is very patient with the child, which a man cannot do. A man can take care of a child, yes, I'm not saying he can't, but to some level, choke, awachane nayo. That is now on the side of nurturing children. You come to men, we women, we can help, but kuna extent hatuwezi fika yenye a man can do. Because let me give an example. For example, a man is meant to provide. That is even biblical. Let me talk like a Christian. Because a man is there to provide. He is the provider. Now, if you find, for example, a home where it is the woman providing, maybe the man is not providing for a reason or two. Very few homes like those survive. It will survive for some time. Because your husband, for example, if you are married, anaweza poteza kazi. No, unaweza msupport to some extent, but not forever. And you can only support ukijua is doing something about it. But you find a home where the man is seated, at the woman is the one going out there kutafuta, itakuwa ngumu sana for that home to stand. I'm telling you, ikienda sana ni 1 month. Ikienda sana ni 1 month. Na hiyo umempea time mingi sana. Because it cannot happen so while the man is there. So we also need to understand that as much as we want to say these roles are they are socially, we have categorized them according to gender depending on culture, but we need to understand also the way we are created. Yeah. Kuna ile aspect God put in us that a man should provide, and maybe a woman should do she has her roles. So in my provision, like me, I have no problem, for example, in supporting my husband, pay the bills as long as I'm working. Not paying, supporting. Hiyo inamaanisha I chip in kidogo. Yeah. So I support him, pay the bills. And for him, I don't think there is a problem. Yeah, maybe we have all of us have come from work in the evening and is helping me maybe with the house chore. Not doing, lakini is supporting. You get it? Yeah. So if you work that maybe in a marriage setting, then there will be harmony in that marriage.
To another issue, June is men's mental health. And we see that many issues start from, like, kuna issues zingine huwa zinaanza tangu utotoni. So when we are tackling the men's mental health, is it important that we start from the younger child, the younger boy child? Because we see that when you tackle, like, you tell the boy child, like, hey, it's okay for you to speak up. It's okay for you to be vulnerable. At that young age, do you think that it will help us to raise better men in the society?
Thank you, David, for that question. I think it's important for the boy child to be empowered, to be told that it's okay not to be okay from the moment they are very young. Because one thing that I've come to understand is that the way we were brought up is going to stick in our minds for like the rest of our lives. So if, for example, you were brought up in an environment where you are told to man up, to do things this way, that way, and then all of a sudden when you are grown, someone is telling you, no, you should not do things this way, do it this other way. It will be difficult. Yes, you may agree with that, but it will be difficult to adjust to that situation. So I advocate for young men, especially when they are still boys, to be taught on how to handle their emotions, how to process their emotions, how to tackle issues to do with mental health when they are still very young.
I also concur with Pendo, because Waswahili wanasema samaki mkunji angali mbichi. Sasa when a boy, for example, a boy child is very young, from the moment they are born, in sociology, there's something we call socialization. That is when now you impart the values and all these things, the norms into the child. You start teaching them from early age. So huyu mtoto anastahili ambiwa from day one kwamba crying is normal, expressing emotion is normal. Kama umekosewa, it is okay to share your problem with someone, so that we don't bring up men who are now taught to be, to be holding problems unto themselves. Yeah, because we have seen this is what has led to depressions and issues of mental health, and we need to change the perspective, because the African society we come from is a society where a man is told mwanaume ali, mwanaume ni kuvumilia, mwanaume ni kujikaza. We need to change the narrative, because this thing is killing men. It is killing men. It is not right, because a man has feelings, he has emotions like a woman. So we need to change the way we socialize our boys from a very young age. We need to change the narrative, the perspective. And socialization comes from so many institutions in the society. The media is preaching, that issue of gender inequality, let me call it so, where the man is expected to be like this and the woman is expected to be like this. From day one, mtoto akizaliwa, we go there with different colors. Even baby showers, kabla hata mtoto azaliwa, unakuta a girl ameletewa pink, a boy ameletewa blue. Then you ask yourself, the psychology of colors. Yeah. So that is when socialization starts, where now the baby is born again, unakuta a boy ataletewa toys and the lady ataletewa nini? Dolls. Akienda maybe nursery school, you look at the books, the textbooks, the technical subjects zimechorwa boys. Zile zingine zinaitwa nini? The languages, CRE and the likes. Social sciences. Zimechorwa girls. If you are very keen. And then you continue, then nurturing starts. Now it continues all along. So this boy grows knowing mimi nastahili kuwa. Career-wise, men are advocated towards engineering, sciences, technology. Sisi wanawake tunaambiwa mwalimu is okay. What else?
Things like hospitality, nursing. Those careers are now seen as women careers. Yeah. Hizo zingine technical is a boys. And then it continues all along. Mpaka maisha yako yote. Now the man grows knowing that mimi ndio yule nastahili kwa, Yeah. So the society need to change this perspective so that we understand men are also human beings. We give them the support they need. Let them express emotions. We've seen maybe in homes where men are beaten by their wives. By the way, it is not happening. It's not only women who are battered, who are abused. Today we have men who are abused. Some of them who are courageous have come out. We have seen them on media. I don't want to mention names, but you've seen them. So these things can happen to either gender. So for a man, you need to know it is okay. Ukichapwa piga nduru. Piga nduru pata usaidizi. Usikufe hapo. So sorry to say, January this year, I went to bury my uncle who was killed by the wife. Sorry to say, yes. Yeah, I buried my uncle who was killed by the wife. The wife killed him. Physically alimchapa mpaka akakufa. Akiwa amesaidiana na watoto. When uncles grow, when men again grow, families grow, kuna vile wa mama usaidi na watoto. I don't know why it happened so in African societies. So this man, he was advanced in age. And so the daughter and the mother wakashirikiana wakachapa baba yao. The father was a drunkard. And unfortunately, he passed on. It had been happening. People knew, the neighbors knew. Lakini ilikuwa ni kawaida in that village. But one day they did it, wakamuua. So it is happening in our societies. Wanaume wanawawa,
wanachapwa na bibi zao, including their children, siding with the mothers. So this is not right. We need to speak about it. Na ujamaa alikuwa anaogopa kusema juu he knew he was a man. You know, that mentality of now I'm a man. I tell people this? No, we need to change that narrative so that our men can feel the support also. Thank you.
Okay, maybe to tackle the last question for the day. There's this issue of firstborn boys and how they are raised. You see that in the African setup, okay, let's say like in any home where we find that there's the mother, the father, and then the children, there's a responsibility that has been put on the firstborn, not because he wants it, but it's like, hey, ulizaliwa ukapatikana hapa kama firstborn, so as a firstborn there's this and this and this that you're supposed to do. Maybe to do things like you are supposed to be the pillar of the family. You're supposed to set the right example for the other siblings to follow in terms of careers, in terms of your character. And even as a firstborn, you're there to support your parents, especially your mother. As a boy, you're supposed to be that pillar of strength. Juu utapata saa zingine mamako amekosana na babako. Then, wewe ndo, as a firstborn, you are there to provide that emotional support to your mother. Na unapata that at the end of the day, umesaidia kila mtu. So the firstborn amefanya responsibilities zake zenye alipewa juu ulipatikana hapo kama firstborn. So utapata that you channel out your emotions, like you are there to help other people, but at the end of the day unaachwa peke yako as a firstborn. So how can we address this issue of firstborns and handling the responsibilities of others and neglecting the needs that they have for themselves?
Okay, thank you, David. That is a good one. Firstborns, it's not only male. I think even girls. When you're a firstborn, there is much expected of you. So you are like the role model in that family. And so the parents expect you to show the way to the younger siblings. Now, when it comes to you providing for everyone else, supporting everyone else, include your parents, I don't think that is the expectation per se, because now it depends with the family. Yeah. But if you find yourself in that situation, people are expecting so much of you, then now there you have to be wise enough. Do you have the ability to do so? Because again, you cannot break while making others stand. If you can do it and still stand, then it's okay. Go ahead and do it. But if you feel, no, I don't have the ability, if I do this, I'm going to fall, then do the minimum that you can to help them. After all, you are not Jesus Christ. You cannot save everyone. You can only save a few that you can when you have the ability. So for that one, I can tell you, if you are not able, it is not disrespect to speak to your parents or whoever is expecting the support from you. Tell them, I can only support you to this level. So after this, I cannot, because I don't have the ability. Yeah. So that is what I can say about that. But also remember, firstborns, of course, expectations are many. Even in the Bible, firstborns were given a double portion. And even the blessings, they got a double portion. That is the Bible. That is what the Bible says. So if you are a firstborn, please take the challenge. Because now you didn't choose also to be a firstborn. But if you find yourself in that situation, take the challenge, but also don't break for others to stand. Just support where you can, and where you can't, achia second born aendelee. Thank you.
According to me, for example, when you are a firstborn, you have that responsibility to do this and that. That responsibility, no one told you. It comes naturally.
Yeah.
So the only way that maybe if you feel that it's heavy on you, the only way to tackle that issue is by speaking up. No one will know you are not okay if you don't say it. So sometimes people can see you are not okay, but if you don't ask for that help, they are not going to know.
Yeah.
So if you're a firstborn and you are feeling that you are being overwhelmed, talk to someone, talk to your parents, tell them, I know I'm the firstborn, I need to do this and this and this, but I'm also a child.
Yeah.
I have my own problems, I need support here. They are not going to get angry with you. They will understand they are your parents. Secondly, you should love yourself. As much as you want to help others, also help yourself. So before you think about any other person, first think about yourself. Ask yourself, are you okay mentally? Are you okay in your heart? Is everything okay from within you before you go outside? Because you can't help another person if you're not okay.
Yeah.
So we should cultivate that culture of speaking up, expressing our emotions, speaking out loud about what we feel, because at the end of the day, it's us who are going to suffer. For example, let me give you an example here. In many families, the firstborn anakwanga amesomeshwa, amemaliza shule. So tuseme au wengine wako chini yake for maybe 5 years ama wanashindaniana a wide range of years. So unapata firstborn anamaliza shule, ana graduate, anapata kazi. Alafu kwa akili yake anajiambia I have to nafaa kusomesha watoto wengine, nafaa kufanya kila kitu. Yes, it's not bad to do that because they are your family. So unapata firstborn amepata a very nice job. Alafu everything seme 100% of what he earns anapeleka to the family.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, ata feel poor, the family iko taken care of. But if you ask that person, are you really okay? Atakwambia no, I'm not, because I've not done this, I've not done that, I've not hajafanya vitu mingi.
All in the name of supporting your family.
Yeah, all in the name of supporting your family. The same case applies kama, for example, you are a good person na mtu amekuja kwako amekwambia David, I have this problem, sijalipa rent, sijafanya hii. So ukiwa na hiyo hati ya kusaidia, unaweza mpea all your money ama 90% of your money. But at the same time uko na rent, uko na the same things kama tu zake, but umeprioritize ukajiwacha. I'm not saying that we should stop helping others, but before you help someone, make sure
you're okay with it.
Yeah, make sure you're okay with it, so that at the end of the day, your mental state is okay. You are at peace with everything. Yeah.
Okay, as we conclude, maybe your parting shot for today's conversation.
Okay, my parting shot for today's conversation is that as a man, it is okay not to be okay. Don't put that pressure upon yourself, because at the end of the day, you are just a human being trying to live life. And for the ladies, for the people who are, if you have a man in your life, maybe as a friend, as a boyfriend, as a husband, ensure that that person is okay, because as we've discussed, we've noticed that men, they lack that courage to speak up. So for the sake of their mental health, kuwa mtu mzuri na ask your neighbor, are you okay? Because they wanaogopanga ku speak up. So be your neighbor's keeper and ensure that vitu ziko poa around you. Yeah.
Thank you. My final remarks goes to men first. I know you are brought up to know that you need to be strong and be there for everyone, especially now the female gender. But I want to encourage you to start now understanding that you also need support. You need to be okay. Just like Pendo has said, love yourself. When you love yourself, you will automatically love the other person. If you don't love yourself, then itakuwa ngumu juu you don't have the love to give. But once you love yourself, it means now the love you can extend to the other person. So if you are suffering mentally, it means now the other person is also likely to suffer like you, because that is what you are now transferring to the other person. So if you are a young man, if you are a husband, a brother, a father to someone, make sure kwanza umejipenda, and then you extend the love to the other, maybe your family members, your friends, and all that. Now, in the society, to the society, please, the notion we've had for some time now is wrong, that our men need to be strong always for everyone. We need now to start changing that narrative as we bring up these young boys, wale wamezaliwa wadogo na wale watazaliwa, tuanze kuwafunza kwamba they need to speak out when they are in problems, they need to seek help when they need it, they need to cry if they must cry, let them express their emotions, because they are also human beings. Yeah, they are also human beings, and they need our society, they need our support. So may we change that perspective, so that now at the end of it, like I said earlier, equity is realized in both genders on matters mental health. The female gender is healthy mentally, as well as the male gender. Then we will have a healthy society. Thank you so much.
As we come to the close of this discussion today, to the men out there, love yourself first, so that you'll be able to share out that love that you have and that support that is required of you from others. So as we end today's discussion, we want to say that all men, it's okay not to be okay. We are out here to support each other and put your mental health first. So till next time, have a nice time.